Hey folks, welcome back. Alright, bear with me while I just take a few more seconds here to finish setting things up. Before I actually get into it, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, that is always appreciated. So guys, what are we in store for today? Base building. And I get really geeked out on my base builds. I have built some absolutely insane, gorgeous bases. Sometimes I put a base down and I didn't want to delete the save file, but then I did anyway, at some point. But yeah, I've had just absolutely beautiful builds that now I kind of wished I had kept so I could showcase them all for you. Okay, sound check is complete. Game audio is working. Guys, let's rock and roll. So I'm actually in another save file right now, so I'm going to show you guys this base. This is one of my just, other older save files, just fooling around, having fun, experimenting. Just to kind of show you what all can be done in this game. Now I'm in the shallows here. I usually like to put my bases down in the shallows. You don't have sea creature trouble, the base is safe here. I've never had damage, come into the base unless I rammed my submarine into the thing. But beyond that, it's been just fine. So anyway, this is the scanner room, and I just kind of used it as like a central crafting hub. This is where my batteries charge. This is, of course, where just all my, typical crafting equipment and storage is. I liked that layout because there's no windows in here anyway, so I didn't feel like I was blocking anything. And guys, I love the windows in this game. They gave us beautiful views to look at in the landscape with the colors. The fact that they gave us glass builds, I was absolutely all over that. So anyway, I kind of made like a little theme park here, so to speak. I got really bonkers with the clear tubing. But anyway, I went ahead and I constructed 2 moon pools on this one. And again, these are just like little lookouts, scope and views, whatever. But yeah, 2 moon pools side by side. One's got the prawn suit. One's got the sea moth. So just giving you guys some base building ideas there. Now, if you guys have already played the game, you're looking at this, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I got it. I can, put this down, put that down. But if you're new to the game, you're probably like, well, this is too much. Honestly, it's just kind of like one of those things. You build it. If you don't like it, rip it up. You get the mats back. Try again, put it somewhere else. Move locations if you have to, if you're just not feeling the views in that area. But this was just kind of just to see if I could do it. Anyway, I do have some aquariums. I've been talking about aquariums in this game. And the cool thing is you can stack these round builds. Or hexagonal, I guess they are. 8-sided, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you can get these dome scans. Very awesome addition to the game. And if you stack the builds, you can also stack the aquarium tanks and make them, multi-floor. And honestly, you kind of have to do that because some of the seaweeds and stuff, they're pretty tall. So, you've got to give them a little bit of breathing space to be able to do that. So anyway, you can absolutely go in there, play with your fishies. You can put a porthole onto the side of your fish tank there, and you can go on in, do your planting. You can use the planter to put stuff in there. You can release fish in here. Just be aware, if you put more than one of the same kind, they'll start making babies. And then the next thing you know, you'll come back to your base, and there'll be like another one in there. You're like, I wonder where he came from. And the next time you come back to your base, there'll be like 2 more in there. And you're like, where did they come from? And they just kind of snowball from there. So be aware of that. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can always just put them in your inventory. You kick them outside. The cool thing, too, is when you release these outside, they usually stay in the area, even if they are not meant to be in this biome. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just get a tank full of these really pretty looking jellyfish or whatever, and I'll just let them multiply, and I'll just kind of kick them out, put them right outside my build, and then it's just a little something to look at, swimming around the area here, and they stay for quite a while. On the flip side, if you want to get rid of a shark or something dangerous, don't release it next to your base. That is a nightmare. It never goes away. All right, so there's that. Oh, and downstairs of this, I do believe I have... No, I do not. I put I thought I put like a nuclear reactor room in here somewhere. Maybe that's it above this segment. I didn't really do anything in this space yet. I was going to put like a bed and some furniture in here and then, you know, shiny rocks take over at some point. Alright, so there's the nuker. So yeah, if you're wondering like why all of these are here, guys, those are the reinforcements. So if you're new to the game, the more builds you put down, the weaker the structure gets, then you have to put one of these reinforcements in. Bad thing is it takes up a Windows spot. You know, in my mind, I want to put windows there, not these stupid things that you can't see through. But anyway, it is what it is. You basically have to, at some point, find space for these things. So I basically just use an entire donut build room here, and that's what I do. This entire room is nothing but reinforcement for the entire base structure. And that's how I'm able to get away with all this glass work. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of finish the tour here, and then guys, I'm going to get back into my other save file, and then we're going to actually start building one of our own here in our ongoing game. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on tonight. I got to the gym late, which means I got home late, which means I started the stream later than I wanted. But yeah, again, guys, I was just really thinking, you know, wouldn't it be fun to have like a walking path or a trail, underwater trail, where you can see like cool stuff. So yeah, I spent some time just kind of hanging out, soaking in the rays. So now I don't have the specs for these yet. These are the large rooms, and this was an addition on some update. I can't tell you now how long ago that was put into the game. But I was really happy about that, because initially these were only in Subnautica, the second one. The Sub-0 or whatever it's called, Sub-Frozen, Sub-Freezing. Whatever the sequel game is to this one. So yeah, I was like, why didn't they have these in the first game, you know? And then, I don't know, some updates later they stuck it in there. So again, fish tank, it's multi-floor. It just gives you a nice big wide open space to kind of make your own. Now for you survivalists, we're going to go to the island at some point and get some more building scans. You can actually get planter scans. You can get, you know, food to plant. So, you know, if you're tired of going out and catching fish for food, you can actually just make your own. There's several types of fruit trees. Or maybe just one type of fruit tree. I honestly can't even really remember now. But that's definitely one of them right there. The lantern fruit, you can like plant potatoes. You can plant taters. So yeah, good stuff. I'll go upstairs here just briefly. I'm not sure if I put anything up here. Oh, one cool thing too about these tanks is sometimes the roof, as long as you don't have like a dome structure like on top of the roof where this would normally dead into. So in other words, I got like another entire floor up here. So this flattens out and becomes floor. And you can actually put like a bedroom in here and have like a bed, you know, and then you've got something to look down into in your bedroom. Like, how cool is that? So anyway, yeah, so there's just another idea type thingy. And I think this was another one of my reinforcement chambers. It doesn't look like I put stairs going down into there, but yeah, I can kind of see it through the window here. They're not all reinforced. I just put in what I had to put, you know, to keep the structure stable. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I meant to do with this space here. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I will go ahead and once again get out of this save file. And we'll pop back over to our ongoing, and I'm going to show you guys where to get some of these scans. Okay, so I think this is my... ...6 hours. That's got to be it. That other one had a picture of the Cyclops. I know I don't have that in our save file yet.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Y'all better recognize the Captain is here. Okay, guys, so when we left off, I was in the Mushroom Kingdom here. I don't know what else to call this place. It's the Mushroom Biome. But anyway, I talked about like a giant, massive mushroom tree that you couldn't miss. It was the biggest of its kind. Very tough to miss. It almost goes all the way to the surface. Which, you know, now that I'm really looking at it, it doesn't quite. It's close, but anyway, it's just a gigantic mushroom tree, and there's some to-dos around here. I mentioned some scans. So I just kind of wanted to show that. Not only that, there is a Lifepod here. So, you know, in addition to the scans, I've already got whatever scans I can get. And by the way, still no scanner room. I am still without a scanner room in my life. So anyway, this is Lifepod number 13, and again, it's right by the gigantic mushroom tree there. And just to show you relevant, or some kind of a reference point, I'm about 1,000 meters away, well, 900, from my drop pod. Now, you know, I understand you might be spawned in a different location in the shallows over there, but you're going to be relatively close, you know, in the scale that we're looking at right now. So the Aurora is just behind that. So if you kind of line yourself up with the back engines of the Aurora, the entire thing isn't spawning in right now. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, just kind of line up your drop pod with the back part of the ship where the giant engines are, and go out about 1,000 meters, 900 to 1,000, you know, come across that big, giant mushroom tree. And hence the Lifepod. And again, guys, tons of scans around here. I got Cyclops hull scans here. I got Cyclops cockpit, or whatever they call that. God, my words are eluding me right now. Wow, I'm having a total brain fart. And this one's stanky. Cyclops. Bridge. Why was that so difficult? See? The bridge. So anyway, yeah, I completed both of those just right here in this little area. Or I could have. Like, I probably got a couple before I even got here, but yeah, there was definitely plenty to go around. So those are definitely squared away. And then, of course, the Lifepod. So definitely worthwhile to come here, check out the area. Ultra glide fins, guys. I've been talking about that. That's for our modification station. Oh, yeah. We're really going to be hauling butt once we get those things equipped. Okay, now this one, I guess we got to go in from the top. There's another loose PDA in here.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, and that's pretty much it for this little wreckage. Hey, where'd my Seamoth go? I must not have the headlights on. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I think they moved the storage. Because I remember there used to be like a little saddlebag looking thing coming off the round part. And I knew what it was, you know, and to get into the Cyclops, I just kept a mental note to, you know, try to enter from the top. It was never a problem. Now I'm trying to enter into the Cyclops and the stupid saddlebag thing is in the way. So I don't know, somewhere along the way they changed that. And I'm not really happy about that because I'm hardwired to, you know, just go to the top of the Seamoth to get in, or the bottom. And I don't get hung up on the upgrade terminal thing, or the upgrade tray, or the, what is that? Okay. Or the spare trunk. So anyway, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to get back to the back cave. And guys, I still cannot believe I have not seen my scanner room fragments. I don't know what is going on with that. You know, I said it on the last stream. Normally that's the first thing I complete, is that scanner room. I just run into them. They're everywhere. This playthrough, I'm not seeing them. I've checked green biome. I've checked red biome. I've checked mushroom biome. Or the mushroom kingdom, as I'm probably going to call it for the rest of my days. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully, during our out and abouts, I'll find another chunk somewhere. I'm hoping when we go to the Degasi habitat there, Degasi or whatever, you know, I'll just come across it on the way there. But yeah, I kind of got tired just swimming around the ocean looking for them. But on my journey back, I will kind of take it slow. Just to see if maybe I look out and come across one. Not sure what that is. Mobile vehicle bay. We've already got that. Oh, and by the way, my inventory is completely maxed right now. There is no wiggle room. That's the main reason I need to get back to base. And I'm seeing no wreckage. I'm seeing no scanny stuff. Okay, I'm back in the shallows now. We're getting close. I'm taking it slow because sometimes things don't render in right away. You know, if you're zipping along too fast, you might miss an opportunity to get something. Okay, there's the red carpet biome. Maybe I'll take a quick peek around this area. And if I see that alligator eats the bigger number wreckage again, and I'm in the same place again, that's not going to be awesome. Yep, there it is. Alligator eats the bigger number. I've already looked in this area thoroughly. And now that I, you know, think about the scanner room, you need 3 scans for that. I've got 2, and I don't remember where I got the first 2. I think it was here in the kelp biome, or the red grass biome. There's my vending machine. Yeah, I'm just kind of going around in circles. Let's go ahead and get back to base. We'll go to that Degasi habitat, we'll get some scans, and then I might even pop over to the island. There's a telewarper there that can teleport us to another island that has some more habitats down, but I don't know if there's any unique scans over there that we can't already get in Degasi. I'm not sure. So I guess we'll just kind of play that by ear. Honestly, going to the island, that's a bit time consuming. Ah, check that out. That's a nice find. Of course I'm going to sacrifice something for that. The question is what? Wow, I literally want to drop nothing right now. Might as well top off the health if I'm going to sacrifice. Alright, yeah, enameled glass, guys. So you probably noticed the glass domes on that other build I showed you. Those take enameled glass. Not only that, Cyclops, enameled glass. So anytime you see those stalker teeth, you might as well start stocking up on them. Stocking up on the stalker teeth. That was an unintended consequence. Unintended consequence. Alright, where am I even going? Here we go. Oh yeah, that's right, I got my Moonpool. Let's go ahead and recharge.
Welcome aboard.
Hey, Sunny, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Caught me just in time for some base building action. Oh, I'm so glad to hear you're enjoying it. And I'm glad to hear the videos have been helpful too. Yep, it'll definitely grab you. It'll definitely grab your attention. And I hope it looks beautiful on your TV. Alright, what am I even doing right now? I think I'm just going to download a bunch of random stuff. Okay, I think this is copper and gold. And that fills that up. All nice and buttoned up. Got some lead. Ooh, another diamond. One more magnetite. I know I can get that in there. Okay, now I scooped up a whole bunch of lithium preemptively, because if we're doing base building, there's going to be reinforcements involved, and that's where the lithium starts coming in. Alright, sweet deal. Might as well get them gel sacks in there too, and that tops that one off. Wow. I've got some good mats going on. Might as well pop that battery in there. I might even have to put down another locker, like, hot dog. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and do that since I'm already, like, topped off on everything else. Alright, so, I mentioned the glide fins. Let's go see what we need for those, because that is a very nice addition. Lithium I got, silicon I got, titanium I got. Booyah! So I need 2 rubber, which I might have to go back to the Batcave for that. Once we get our actual base built, there will be a lot less going back and forth. And we got another distress beacon, might as well get it played.
This is Lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
I love the storyline in this game. Whoever wrote this game, like whoever did the writing, man, I owe that person a beer because it's amazing. Okay, I think it was 2 rubber. God, I can't remember now. Ultra glide fins. Yep, 2 rubber, 1 titanium, 1 lithium. Okay. Oh, and speaking of, we want to get that other, the like mega ultra high capacity air tank, and I don't know where that gets crafted now. I think that's it right there. So 4 lithium, and then the tank of... Oh no. I crafted the lightweight, so I might have to recraft the high capacity now. I wasn't thinking ahead on that one very good. But I mean, it's worth it. It gives you a lot of extra air. Snicker Fritz. Alright, I'll come back to that. And where we're going, we don't need roads. We need med kits. So definitely keep checking on that fabricator. Alright, ultra glide fins, here I come. Oh wait, I need... one titanium, 1 lithium. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 lithium for the tank. Oh, that's right. We gotta unequip the thing, or it doesn't recognize I actually have that. Okay, ultra glide fins, baby. That's definitely going to be a nice boost in speed. Okay, they're already equipped. Awesome. So now I went and crafted the lightweight. Like a big giant genius. Yeah, it's not going to accept that. Doggone it. Okay, so I guess I got to recraft the high capacity O2 tank. That one. Okay, so it's not terrible. 3, 7 titanium total, a silver, and 2 glass. Okay, then we will do the 2 glass and a silver. Starting to forget where things are now. Wait, that was silver actually. And I don't think I have any of the pesky... Oh man, I don't have any of the The quartz. I can't make glass right now. If I'm lucky, I got some in the trunk. Haha, I got some in the trunk. Nice. Oh yeah, and I was gonna pull these apart to get the batteries out. Alright, let's get this thing built. Oh yeah, yeah, on it. Once again, unequip it. And then we should be able to get... Oh yeah, there it is, baby. I knew I needed tons of lithium, but I couldn't remember why. That's it right there. So now look at the time. 2:25. I'm not sure what it was before. I probably should have looked at that. I have no idea what it was before. All I know is this is a good tank. Like, it really gives you the time. But for the life of me, I have no idea what that said before I swapped it out. Oh, wow, 135. I started second guessing myself. I was like, wait, is it the same? No, it is definitely not the same. That gave us like 100 extra seconds there. Nice. Wow, look how much inventory that thing takes up. Ridiculous. Alright guys, I do need to store the seeds. That's going to come later in the game. End game, actually. So we'll pop that in there just to get rid of it. I'll get that in there too. And again, I want to disassemble some of these for the batteries. That's full, that's full, that's full. Go ahead and pop all these bad boys out. And now those are just basically trash, and I can recharge those batteries. Courtesy of finding a time capsule. Loving it. Oh wait, I forgot to pop that one out. Nuts. Okay, so that battery can stay here for the time being, since my battery charger is already full. Actually, I didn't realize I popped my scanner tool battery. Wow, I really wasn't paying attention on that one. Okay, stalker tooth can go in there. Okay, everything in there is now empty except for the laser cutter. Perfect. And since that is close enough, okay, there we go. That was a lot of work. Let's go ahead and save that. So, yeah, let's do this thing. I got inventory cleared out, I think, as best as I can. I'll dump that quartz. I emptied out the trunk. Yeah, we're good to go. Let's go do this thing, guys. Degasi habitat is our next stop. I've already got that highlighted.
All systems online.
There it is. So we're going back into the red grass biome. And we're going to find one of those caves that go deeper. And they're pretty abundant, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find. Now remember, that's taking us to the habitat. Not the entrance. So I'm not going to go strictly toward that Degasi marker. I'm going to go more kind of like to where we were before, where the alligator eats the bigger number. So to do that, I'll just kind of find my Lifepod here and line myself up again. I don't think I'm lined up right. Where's the Aurora? There we go. Right around 300 meters is when I flip around. And if you guys want to know how to flip around, because honestly it can be pretty hard to tell like what direction you're going, you know, unless you have a compass already installed. It's like I can look at that and say it's just a little bit left of east. So, you know, I can turn around and say, oh, just a little bit to the left of north. And, you know, that gets you kind of pointed the right way. But, again, it can be disorientating and kind of tough. So what I like to do is just look straight up or straight down, and then the vehicle will like self-correct, and then you know you're already facing the right way. Completely opposite. Okay, right about 300 there. Actually, I can probably go ahead and flip. I feel like I'm sunbathing. It's time to flip. Ah, good to hear, Sunny. Thank you. Yeah, this was honestly a really fun follow-up game to play to Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's not Zelda. You know, you're not running around with swords and all that. But, I don't know, it just felt like a good game. It didn't feel like a Zelda game per se. Like, I felt like Hogwarts felt more like a Zelda game, but what I would say is if you enjoy the Zelda games, you'll probably enjoy this game as well. Okay, and I know I'm going to be needing quartz for our base building. I might as well start grabbing it while the getting is good here. Okay, so alligator eats the bigger number is around here somewhere. And then the caves shouldn't be far from here. There's one entrance. There's several entrances, by the way, so you don't have to use this one per se. I just find this one's very easy to locate because of that wreckage. And now that we got our depth squared away, MK2, we can go down, baby. Okay, now these things normally leave you alone, but if you start getting kind of close to the mushrooms, they'll start attacking the ship and or you. So just be aware of that. And again, I'm going to need mats here for base building, so as I see this stuff, I'm going to step out. Actually, yeah, that'll be for the scan room, and if and when I ever actually complete that scan. So anyway, Degasi habitat. Now I've already kind of swam down here and did some things. I can't see now where that... there's like a little mini build out here somewhere with some... There it is. Now, I've already gone down there and gotten whatever I could get, so be aware there might be a scanner or two down here. There might be a PDA laying there. I can't really remember now. Check that. This is like a sub-level. Okay, yeah, but I don't want to get attacked. So I'm going to try to stay away from the mushrooms. To a degree. Okay, and along the way, you're going to see another little mini structure here. Go ahead and step out, get what there is to get. Ooh, medkit. That is definitely useful. Oh, ouch. Where did he come from? He almost pulled me out of that build. That's rare. Okay, I thought there were some scans in here. Either I already got them or I'm mistaken on that. Because there is nothing going on. Oh, there is a scan. Okay. The good thing is, those worm monsters, they don't take a ton of health. I mean, I wouldn't just sit there and keep getting chomped, It takes about 30%, maybe a little less, but either way, you want to kind of keep an eye on that health. Okay, the spotlight, I don't normally place those because I just like the natural glow of the stuff outside, and that kind of ruins that. But they're fun to play with, for sure. Oh, and if you want to breed these, you can. You can actually get their eggs out of the mushrooms. So you just got to be completely fearless and go in there and get the egg. But again, keep an eye on that health. But yeah, you can absolutely drop those eggs in your aquariums. And yeah, a lot of fun. Okay, I guess that's it for that little spot. Stay away. I mean, that probably goes without saying, but if you swim too close to that, that smarts. That takes a lot of health. So definitely stay away from anything that looks hot vent related. Ooh, what is that? That's a mushroom. Okay, there's another little mini structure I'll go investigate. There's a few of these, if I remember right. 3 or 4? That's the third one I've come across. Or maybe I already hit this spot, because I don't see anything here. No, I didn't, because I don't remember vents being nearby. Huh, okay. Moving on. Once we get the prawn suit, we can really get after some of these resources in quantity. It'll really help, with the more advanced stuff. Ooh, diamond. Nice. Alright, Dasagi. Every time I see that name Dasagi or whatever, it reminds me of the original, the Die Hard movie, Mr. Takagi or whatever. It's so similar to that. Alright. Yeah, I've already got... Oh, Stasis Rifle. That's a new scan. I've been talking about this. Thermal plant. I'm not sure if I have that yet. Yeah, I do. Okay, there's a PDA in this little tubular thing.
Integrating new PDA data.
I think that's Moonpool. Yep. Okay, and there's some jellyfish. So this is going to be the way in probably, but we got to be very careful getting in there because that stuff really takes it out of your health. Okay, there's that. Okay, now this room should be a scan. Multipurpose room. That's that round donut looking room that I've been talking about in the other build. This is where you can put like the nuclear reactor in. The biofuel reactor can snap into this. It gives you a good amount of space in there to just put random stuff. Definitely all the way around. It's what you want. So now for you survivalists, this is a big scan. The water filtration machine. This keeps the clean water flowing. I think you have to keep filling it back up with salt or something. I can't remember. But either way, it's worth it. Like, that's definitely something you're going to want to put down. Look at that. I just got the large room glass dome. Nice. So yeah, all in all, this area is definitely worth coming to. Early game especially. At a minimum, I like to get these scans before I even think about building a permanent base. Cave bush. I think that's another one of those seeds we need for the end of the game, so I'm going to go ahead and chop a seed off. Just in the off chance my memory is correct, then I'll already have it. Ooh, nuclear reactor. That's another good scan. And look at all this air, guys. I haven't had to worry about the air this entire time. Like, that tank is really where it's at. Yeah, good call, Sonny. If we survived Gloom Hands especially, we're good here. The gloom, the gloom! Yeah, oxygen is the challenge, so I'll get you built up pretty quick in the game. You won't be playing for more than a couple of hours. You know, have a good beefy O2 tank. And that'll really kind of open up the game for you to be able to go explore a little bit better.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And anytime I have that much productivity out and about, I always take a moment, save that game. Just like Skyrim, constant saves. Alright, so now I'm going to get inside this structure. Oh yeah, wall planter. Those are fun too, by the way. But again, it blocks view. You know, I prefer to have the windows personally. Okay, anything else I can scan from the outside here, I will. I just saw something flicker. What was that? Oh man. Might have been a fish or something. Rats. I have no idea what flickered. It might have been the observatory. This is a beautiful build, by the way. Don't get me wrong, you know, putting windows on things is fine. But this observatory, it's like crystal clear all the way around. You can really see a good view from these things. Not this one. This one's dilapidated. But the bad thing is, again, that needs the enamel. So you're talking... You're talking more of those teeth.
Integrating new PDA data.
It's easier to scan a fish when they're standing still. Okay, I think that's pretty much all I can get from the outside, if I remember correctly. I'll take one more quick lap around the Great Plateau here, and If nothing lights up, I'll go ahead and recharge, resave, and recola. And we'll pop on in the building here. Oh, actually, stand by. I want to get myself in good position for that. So I want to be near the entrance/exit. So in case I need to get quick to air, I'm right by the entrance here. And again, guys, be very careful of the jellyfish. Just think SpongeBob. Jellyfishing, and they hurt a lot. Okay, get your PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
And I already scanned that from the outside. If you haven't already gotten these furniture scans, you'll get those here. Oh yeah, and check inside anything that's open. Check that out. Nice little hiding spot for a PDA.
To PDA. Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, and again, being very careful of the tentacles. I don't think there's anything to scan here. No. I think there is something up here, however. A PDA up there. Yep, there it is, right where it should be.
Integrating new PDA data.
Alright, good stuff. Continuing on, I think this is the bedroom. Double bed, nice, nice. We don't have a bed yet, I don't believe. Now, unfortunately, I don't think you can pass time in this game. I don't remember that being a thing, you know. It's been a while since I've played through, so, you know, very possible there could have been an update along the way there somewhere where that actually passes time now. I don't know. I'll try to sleep, you know, at some point in my gameplay here, and we'll test that theory. Okay, so that, anytime you get tritium, this ain't No Man's Sky. Anytime you get titanium out of a PDA box like that, it means you already have the spec. So there's more than one of each spec. More than one location you can find it. Alright, let's make sure I'm not missing anything, and then I'll go ahead and get out of here, get myself aired up, and then we'll get back to our main area there, and I'll start doing some base building. Yeah, I think we're good. I'll do a quick inventory check. I probably want to scoop up some more of these mats, like the magnetite and the lithium especially. Don't get me wrong, we need everything else too. Diamonds, you know, all this stuff. I never like to go back with an empty inventory. I always like to fill it up. You know, you're here, you got the resources nearby, you got the space. It just makes too much sense to take advantage of that. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I think we're probably okay. Man, I got air for days down here. Like, I am loving this new tank. So one reason I probably want to hit the Aurora, you know, we need to do an Aurora raid at some point. It's better to do that earlier game because you get some scans in there, you get some fun stuff, you get a lot of storyline, not to mention. So yeah, it's definitely rewarding, you know, going through that whole deal. It's a little bit challenging and a little bit tough, but you get a lot of the prawn suit stuff too, so in order to really take advantage of some of these nodes, we just have to have that prawn suit. Uh-oh, really? Full? Oh, the titanium. Yeah, I got a few of those, don't I? Alright, I'll start making my way back toward, hopefully, the exit. Again, there's more entrances and exits here than the one I came in. So I usually just kind of keep going up in elevation in this cave until I see something open. So I may exit a different way than the way I entered. Uh-oh. Radiation. We are going the other way now because I don't feel like switching suits. So I usually just kind of pick a sidewall and I follow that around because normally the openings are near the sidewalls. Oh no, that rendered in late. So now you see how it's easy to like swim or drive right past things that you need there, you know, to spawn in. Because sometimes they don't render in until they're past your field of view and then you never know it's there. Oh. Still no joy. Yep, there it is again. Luckily, that hasn't been wrecking my ship, though, when that's happened, so I guess they thought ahead on that one a little bit, which I appreciate. Okay, here's an exit right here. Awesome. Actually, I guess that has been wrecking my build. I'm 67% right now. Alright guys, let's go build. The reason we're all here. And I'm very tempted, like very tempted, to go to the island to get more scans. But I want to see how much we can actually do with what we've got. And I still don't have a scanner room, by the way. Just saying. Which is part of the base, you know, I really wanted to build that and showcase it. Show how much easier, you know, farming becomes once you have that scanner room down. But if we can't find the scan, or if I can't find the scan, it's never going to happen. I can't believe I didn't find it in the mushroom biome. What do we got going on here? I don't believe I've been here. Yet I don't see anything to scan. Alright, yes, I lied. So I have not been here yet. Otherwise I would have had that. Fingers crossed, maybe I'll find the last piece of that scanner room here. Ow, dude! Oh wow, he chomped on me. Medkit! So much for as long as you stay swimming around, they don't get you. I mean, they still do, just it's rare. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna get my scanner room scan here. Sad face.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Scanner room, scanner room. I think I just found another cave entrance. It's a dead giveaway when you start seeing the glowing mushrooms. That's how you know. Okay guys, I gotta take a quick water break. I will be back in about 1 minute. Alright, I just had a thought. If I've got a map marker for the dryland rendezvous, that's where we want to go next, because it's got some more build scans we can get. And I'm trying to think of all players, so if you're a survivalist, you know, you need to eat. And that's kind of why I want to hit that spot, because there's planters and whatnot you can get there. And it helps you to grow your own food. Oh, what is that? Please be a scanner room. Bioreactor, what? I'm starting to think, like, the gods are against me. I'm not exaggerating. I've probably played this game about 15 to 20 times, somewhere in that neighborhood. Maybe not all the way through each time, but far enough. I have always, and I mean always, gotten the scanner room first. I have never not gotten that. So, like, this is a first for me, having this much trouble finding these things. Maybe I just need to quit looking for them, you know, and just chase down the map... Excuse me. Chase down the map markers that I've got. And maybe I'll come across them. Okay, there's another cave entrance. Do I dare bother? Bioreactor! This is quickly turning into the new long throw. Long throw! No, I'm back at the alligator eats the bigger number. Okay, I'm getting tired of seeing this wreckage. But you know what? It's making me wonder if I didn't miss a piece here, because I think this is where I got the first 2 scans. Not only that, I remember popping in there and it wouldn't let me scan the prawn suit stuff. So maybe I should go back into the wreckage here. That's all just random trash. Ooh, that might be a piece right freaking there. Ha ha! I did miss one. Okay, so I guess that's my own fault. And now you guys know. All 3 scanner room scans should be right around this wreckage here. Either inside or out. I can't remember now, but... That's it. Wow, that took too long. So now I can really get the base built here the way... you know, some, like, proper way. And I'm gonna go ahead and dump some junk in the trunk. Couple extra medkits never hurt no one. Yeah, I'll probably scoop up some quartz, whatever I can. Because again, guys, I love my glass builds. Like, if I'm going to base build, I want a view. And that's part of, like, how I pick my location, by the way. I know it probably says on the thumbnail, like, how to pick location. That's one of the considerations, is view. Absolutely, hands down, I want something pretty to look at when I'm in my base. In addition to that, I always, you know, think about the Cyclops. It's this great, big, gigantic submarine. And, you know, if you build your base in the shallows, that's fine, but chances are you're not going to be able to drive your sub up to the base. So I usually find kind of like a deep inlet that comes into the shallows from like another biome. And I'll put the base kind of like close to that so that the Cyclops can be relatively close to my base. It just helps, you know, save time swimming back and forth between your main base and your submarine. Okay, I'm just about full up. Now I really am full up. Look how much faster we're swimming, by the way. Isn't this insane? So, you know, the tanks, yes, that helps with your oxygen. But the faster swimming also helps with your oxygen, because if you can get around, you know, faster... You're covering more ground in the same amount of time, thus, you know, prolonging the oxygen. So yeah, definitely. We've gotten some good scans today. Alright, now we're full up again. I got plenty of quartz. Let's go ahead and get this base built, shall we? Let's see, I've been on right at an hour, so... Before I do anything... Let's see what we got cooking here. We can go ahead and shut that off. I've already been there, done that. Rendezvous dry land. Okay, that's it right there, guys. That's the island. The one with the scans anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that while we're out and about. Now I know my inventory is full. That's okay. You know, if I really wanted to, I could go back to base download, but yeah. Let's see how far away that is. I really just want the scans, and I can't remember... Unless you're... Okay, so if you're playing survival and you want some potatoes and stuff, you know, fruits to plant, make sure you come here with empty inventory, because you're going to want to grab all that. Because that's how you get your food planted initially. So, oh, there's another one of those plants, by the way. Okay, I've already got that one, I guess. But since I don't need any of that stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and press. Now, at some point, I will grab things like that just for decoration. You know, I like planting different trees and stuff in my base. So So now I kind of feel like I wish I was going with a little bit of inventory space to grab those just to show it. And we're getting into the hot vents area. Now be aware there's leviathans here. So hug the ground, assuming your sea moth is ready for this. You tend to avoid the sea monsters better if you're close to structure. Okay, I think we're about to get into another biome. Yep, we sure are. This is what I call the blue balls biome. Keep the laughter to a minimum. But I'm sorry, there's blue balls everywhere. So yes, it's the blue balls biome. Not only that, you got these pesky telewarpers. That's the creature I was talking about. If I had missiles, I could just shoot him and then avoid things like this. So basically what he did was he telewarped me out of my vehicle. So they do that. It's no big deal. They normally don't telewarp you very far. Just try not to panic. Look around for your sub. Get back in it. And they usually don't do you too much harm above and beyond from what you just saw. So yeah, the Ghost Leviathan, I think, is the one that spawns in this biome. And this is a good biome, guys, for farming, for wreckage, for scans, prawn suit especially. So yeah, I'm going to be coming back here, at some point, and we're going to be getting some good scans. But for right now, I'm looking for the island. And this is a floating island, which is why you don't see any land right now. The thing actually floats. The other island is connected to the seafloor, but this one floats up in the waterway. So this is how you know you arrived. All these little tentacle things hanging down. And then there's the floating sec. So if you want, you can get out and scan this stuff, Oh, and keep an eye out, or keep a mental note for this. This is a resource you might want to grab. It is used for different things. Missiles maybe, I can't remember what all else, but you'll probably want to grab a few of those while you're here too. Alright guys, I'm going to go to exactly where the map marker tells me. And I'm going to leave my submarine right here. Again, I'm only here for building scans. This is all about that base, about that base, about that base. Okay, so if you want to plant any of this stuff, just simply take out your knife, hack away at it. So anything that you can scan that's growing here, you can get seeds for and replant. So much fun to decorate your base with some of this stuff. Okay, these are not scannable, which means we cannot plant them. You have to be able to scan it. Okay guys, so here we are. Here's a tree. Again, I could take my knife out and get a seed for that tree and plant those trees in my base. Or maybe it's not that one. No, it's not that one, it's this one, the bulbo tree. The bubolo. So yeah, anything that you can scan. That's a fun one to plant in your base, by the way. And you can actually plant these inside your sub, believe it or not. So I tend to always have greenery in my submarines. The Cyclops, anyway, not the sea moth. Alright, so what we're looking for. There's 3 build sites, and I think all 3 are on mountaintops. There's one up there, one up there. So there are paths. I never know exactly where the paths are, so I'll probably just, spam jump my way up there. But at some point you'll find a path. Okay, so it's not 3 mountaintops. There's 2 on mountaintops, and the one kind of like down in a valley between the 2. So I kind of just have to get up there. Okay, so it's my Y button on the Xbox to jump, just in case you're wondering how to jump. It's the top button of that 4-button diamond shape or whatever. Okay, so I think I just found my path. Doesn't look like much of a path, but it's definitely a walking path. Yep, got stuck there. Okay, guys, and let the good times roll. Go ahead and scan everything. The more the merrier. And there's some goodies in here. What am I stuck on?
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, so there's a grow bed right there, an indoor grow bed. Go ahead and scan that one. There's others too. This is just one of many options. And then if you want to be able to plant these trees where you can pick the fruits and eat them, you'll have to pick some of those fruits, take them with you, and then plant them back at your base. The fern palms are really cool. These grub baskets are pretty cool. Like, pretty much everything is cool, you know. Pick them, grow them. If you don't like it, rip it out, put something else in there. Oh, I missed one. Where are we at there? I keep feeling like I need to hurry up, you know, because of oxygen, but we're above ground, so it's not an issue. But, like, it's hard to get your mind out of that mode. So every time I'm up here, I'm like, wait a minute, how's my air doing? And then I have to remind myself we're good. Alright, guys. That's pretty much it for this little spot, I think. There might be a obscure floodlight or something to scan, but beyond that, that's pretty much it for this little hot spot. Okay, the other one is going to be across the way. And then the third one is down there in between the two. Oh, I think I zigged and I should have zagged. Okay, now I'm not sure where I catch the walking path to get up there. Okay, I just found it. It's a real skinny thing, too. And just keep going uphill. Ooh, check out that sunset. That might be a thumbnail someday. Of course, every time I say that, I forget about it, and then I never make it into a thumbnail. So yeah, just keep going uphill, follow the path, follow the path. Very cool how they gave us little tunnels to foot stomp through. Alright. Almost summit. Almost there. Yeah, that's another cool. Okay, got the floodlights. Okay, there's some planters right there. There's some more planting options. Whoop. Okay, there's a potato plant. So again, if you want to plant potatoes, just go ahead and take out your knife. Go ahead and hack away at that. Chinese potato. It's not just a potato, it's a Chinese potato. Oh, that's another plantable too. You can, it's like a root plant, so you can plant those and you can eat those as well. I kind of forgot about that actually. Marble melon. Yummy. So just out of curiosity, Sonny, are you doing the full-on survival where you have to eat and drink? Or did you decide to forego that for your first playthrough? Because I'm just curious on like how it is now. Because back when I tried it, it was just constant, you know, needing to eat and drink, and I didn't like it. But I don't know, maybe an update toned that down a little. So I'm just kind of curious to see how it is nowadays. Alright, I think that's pretty much all there is to get here. Thought there was a PDA here, so maybe I'm mistaken on that. Alright, so for now, let's go ahead and find our other doohickey. Now guys, be aware, there's going to be some jumping crabs down here, so keep your fingertips on your med kits. I mean, they don't take a ton of health, but if they're just going to sit there and constantly chomp on you, and there's several, so if you're getting chomped on by several, you know, all at once, your health can go down pretty quickly. Normally, just, you know, a knife is enough to deal with them. I just hack away at them, and that keeps them at bay. But yeah, these crabs are definitely a nuisance. When we go to raid the Aurora, these things are, like, really nuisancey. Okay, so there's Marble Melon I've already scanned. That's another Growbed, by the way. It says exterior, but I've put them inside my builds before and they work just fine, so scan it, use it if you want it, it's there for you. More Chinese potato. Now, maybe you collect that. Maybe you don't hack away at that with the knife. You know, my inventory is full, so I could be telling you wrong on that. Okay, I was telling you wrong on that, so you just got to collect it. You don't have to necessarily chop it. But look at it, takes up some inventory, so yeah, be aware of that. And then the same thing with the Marble Melon. I think you just collect that. Uh-oh, what just happened there? Thought I dropped that. But the Marble Melons, they only take up one little one. So better bang for your buck on that one with the inventory. And I think these things are the same, just one little spot. Nope, that is a big spot. Okay, good to know. Anyway, back to our scans. Now there should be some more scans to get in here. PDA, I do believe. Oh yeah, see that purple tablet? If I don't have the space for that, I'm going to make space for that.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, there's a... Ouch. Oh. We got crabs in the building. Jerk.
Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Bob, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the Lifepod, rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degasi wreck, sent Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn. I say she's finding excuses to risk our lives. I imagine she's not going to weaken her life without a physical altercation, but she's itching for a fight. In every judgment she makes, things go from bad to worse. If she had my experience, she'd have more faith. Humans have spent millennia specializing in how to shackle nature to our will. This planet won't cause us any new problems. My one task now is to keep us alive, as comfortably as possible, until the insurance company arranges rescue. In this part of space, that could be months, or even years.
Okay, that was quite a long little to-do there. I wanted to let that play out, though. Definitely very enriched, the storyline in this. Again, whoever wrote this game, they deserve a beer. They did an excellent job. So yeah, there's another PDA in here. We'll go ahead and grab that.
Integrating new PDA data.
So basically, there's another Degasi habitat underwater. I think it's in the Blue Balls biome or somewhere around there. But it's deep. It's like in a cave system. But there's more scans to get there even, so... how the heck did I get back in there before? Oh wait, that's got a broken window, that's right. Not that window, apparently. Okay, that's the way in, I think. Yep. So yeah, that purple tablet, guys. That is a big deal. We definitely want to scoop that up and take it back with us. That's going to let us break into the alien structures that I've been talking about when I went to the first island. Okay, and I guess that's it for scanny stuff. I don't see any other PDAs or anything laying around. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Raid complete. It was really just, I wanted to show the survivalists especially how to start growing your own food. So I really felt like this island was, important. Important. So for now, I will get back to my sub. Get back to the Bat Cave. And we'll finally be able to start putting this base down.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And I kind of want to get down here, because I don't know if my sub can actually make it. But this is that other Degasi habitat I was talking about. Again, the blue balls biome. And be careful, because there's new predators down here, and they can really do a number on your sub. Especially the EMP lobsters or crabs. There's these like giant clear looking bodied crab things, and they shoot like an EMP blast out. It disables your electronics. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult in here, I'm not gonna lie. But what I normally like to do is just go... That's the sound effect of one of them, by the way.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
There it is right there. Uh-oh. I'm taking hull damage? Yep, I sure am. That's one of the crab things right there. Kind of ugly. But, yeah, they typically leave you alone. It's your electronics that you got to worry about. So every time he kicks off one of those charges, it's going to disable your sub for, a few seconds or whatever it is. Just kind of more annoying than anything. But they will also ram and do damage to the sub when it's disabled, so... If I feel like they're just, too close and I'm getting swarmed and they're just going right after my sub, I usually just kind of abandon it. I swim around for a while until they lose interest. Okay, guys, for you survivalists, that's another item of interest. The coffee vending machine, that's like water. It'll keep your hydration up, I think. And there's a PDA, absolutely going to grab that. Swim charge fins. I personally don't use that, but basically what it does is while you're swimming, it'll recharge anything in your inventory with batteries. But it's so slow and it takes forever, I just find it's not really worth it. Okay, there's another PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
Alright, so this is it, guys. This is pretty much all the hotspots for scans. I covered them all. So now we should really be able to get some good base building going. In case you're wondering what this is, it's like a suitcase. It has inventory. The bad thing is you have to put it down to load it up with inventory. And if it's full of stuff in there, you cannot pick it back up. So it's just kind of like a makeshift wall locker, I guess. Think about it that way. You just put it down somewhere and then you can fill it up. But yeah, it definitely doesn't give you the ability to put it back into your inventory with stuff already in it. I wish it did. I wish, because that would give you more that you could carry around. But it just doesn't work that way. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. We've got the scans. So really not much else to scan here, per se. I'm going to take a quick look around and make sure I'm not missing anything crazy. Doesn't look like. Oh, PDA, check that out. Loose one. I'm glad I took an extra second.
Integrating new PDA data.
I just noticed there were some more compartments up here, and I didn't go up there yet. Uh-oh, is he attacking my sub? No! I probably should have saved the game before. Before doing any of this. So there's a way to kind of park the sub somewhere. I've gotten away with this before. I've put it like in a cubby. Or just close enough to rocks, and they tended to leave it alone. I did that up here by the ceiling. Just keep in mind you're a little bit farther away now from the habitat. Make sure you give yourself that time to get back and forth. Okay, so this is how we get into the top. Oh, wait a minute. What am I highlighting here? Oh, okay. Here it is, guys. Here's the fish tank. Nice. The aquarium. No base is complete without an aquarium. Okay, Sonny, so you're playing the same as mine. So you're doing the freedom. Gotcha. Yeah, I found it was just much more enjoyable gameplay. That's my go-to setting. Okay, Cyclops shield generator. That's nice to have. I don't normally install it anymore, but I do remember using it a few times, and it was nice to have. Make sure I'm not missing any scans here. Oh, look at that, another PDA. So all the stuff that you can't scan that says inventory full, those are just decorations. You can grab those, put them in your inventory, and then you can place them inside your base just in random locations just for decor. Same thing with, like, you know, the microscope. Oh, and guys, check this out. That's another thing that we'll need. So just kind of like getting back to the Metroid and the Doom. Different color-coded doors, you know, need different color-coded keys. So that'll get us into an orange area of a base. And always scan those before you pick them up so you can manufacture your own. Okay, I don't see anything else here. So I think we got a nice thorough raid of the Degasi habitat here. Yeah, buddy. Ah, creature egg. Oh, that's one of those crabs, by the way. So if you really want to breed those, you can. I have before, by the way. I was like, well, they look cool, you know, why not? Then after I saw it swimming around in my fish tank, I was like, no, it's got to go. Okay, yep, been there, done that. I think that was the way we came in. Yep. And I did a righty-tighty thing, not a lefty-loosey. So yeah, I think we've been around the world in 80 days here. We can go ahead and bolt. I'm getting stuck on, like, everything. Good thing I wasn't running out of air, jeepers. Okay, guys, and once you've got everything, go ahead and save that game once again. Just in case we have troubles on the way out of here. Yes, Mr. Crab. Ah, Mr. Krabs. I am Mr. Krabs. Where's Mr. Krabs? I am Mr. Krabs. I am. Okay, now I get to figure out how to get back out of here. Just kind of looking for an opening in the ceiling. Up there we go. Alright guys, let's get out of this nightmarish landscape. Get back to base and actually do what we all came here to do and build a base. Once you've got the scans, you can really go bonkers on these things. I thought there was a piece of wreckage on this formation. There's definitely a piece of wreckage on a formation that looks like this, but I don't think this is the right one, apparently. And if you guys do want to put down a base, like where there's a vent, that's a lot of fun. I don't see any of these smoking, though. It has to have, like, smoke coming out of the stack. And Lifepod 3, that's in the shallows. That's an earlier game Lifepod. I'm going to scoot by and see what that has to offer also. There might be a PDA or something in there with a spec that I'm wanting. Not really sure anymore. Okay, I've already checked on that one. Okay, got another radio transmission. I love driving through these things. So satisfying. Okay, there's our way in. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I haven't come across this by accident yet. Okay, whatever that was, we already got it.
Integrating new PDA data.
And again, always take a look around these areas, make sure nothing else is strewn about. What is that? Okay, I already got that squared away. Yeah, I think that's it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And wow, I gotta take another water break. Wow. It's really going through. So moving is kind of sucky, I'm not gonna lie. I usually just fill up my inventory, you know, get to the base, drop it off. It's kind of like a lot of back and forth there to get stuff moved over. But, you know, it's worth it. Once you get a good permanent base established, it's going to be your go-to, you know, it's going to be your main hub. And again, I want to be near my Lifepod, but I want to be in a place where I know I can get the Cyclops in here. And guys, this is perfect. I got a nice deep drop-off. So not only can I drive the Cyclops, you know, in close to my base, but I can actually craft the Cyclops here. It's going to build up in the air and then kind of fall into the ocean. So yeah, you need a good deep spot for that. So I want to build relatively close to this area, but I want to be in the shallows. Main reason is the scanner room comes with 2 probes. And it's really fun to drive the probes around. You know, it's got a camera so you can see what's going on. You know, you can investigate areas without actually having to go there and swim. You're just doing it from the base. The bad thing is these doggone chomping creatures or whatever. Of course they're not spawning in right now, but it's these little shark-looking things in the green biome. They like to play with the cameras. So even if you're not driving the cameras around, if you build the base out here in the green biome, they're just going to go, you know, find them and chomp on them and play with them and move them around, and they get lost. And yeah, so anyway, just buyer beware. If you're going to build a base in the green biome, I wouldn't recommend putting a scanner room down for that reason. Unless you don't care about the cameras. Then it's no big deal. Okay, now that's one of my requisites. I need deep area, deep sea area. I've got plenty of that around. The other requisite is I want it to look pretty. So I like to have cool views wherever I decide to build my base. It's like the more glowy stuff around, the better. I'm not real fond of this site here, if I'm being honest. But, you know, for the purposes of the game here and being on a live stream, I'm not going to swim around all day looking for a nice little build site. But this is something I normally would do for myself. You know, if I didn't mind spending the time on looking for a nice little cozy site. Actually, I think I've built a base here before. I have built a base here before. Okay, so check this out. This is what I did. I built like tubing. I built a hallway made of glass, and I went through this cave. And then I built the main base structures like down here in this little divot. So like anytime I needed to go out toward my sub, deeper water, I would just walk through that long hallway, you know, and I'd be at my sub. It was awesome. But, you know, I've already done that, so I don't want to do that again. Just kind of throwing another idea out there. You know, this might be more of the type of site I like to build at. Plenty to look at. I can see for miles. Lots of stuff around me glows. I can build multi-level here. I'm close to the surface for solar. Yeah, this is probably going to be it. Make sure I got a nice deep drop off here. Actually, this might be more purdy. I might build over here. Yep, sold. This is where we're building. Alright, the Seamoth will mark location. I won't move that. Go ahead and save that game, and guys, I will be right back, and we're going to get building. I kind of feel like I should be wearing my Island Lobster shirt while I'm playing this game. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with the ocean and all the islands. But, yeah, definitely feel like I should be equipping the Island Lobster shirt on my body. Okay, so 127. That's not terribly far. I'm going to leave the sub here just because I want to mark the location so I don't keep getting lost and confused. And I need to orientate the base so I can get to the deeper area better. I might even be able to squeeze the Cyclops in through that gap right there. So yeah, base build is going right over here somewhere. Yeah, I think I see it. Okay guys, so here's where it starts getting real. First thing I'm going to do is go craft a whole bunch of glass. Very first thing I got to do.
This is Avery Quinn, trading ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over.
Okay, this is more storyline stuff here.
These Altera ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS. You offer help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. You still need our assistance. Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's going to have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
Alright, so yeah, definitely more storyline stuff there. That's why, you know, once you repair the radio, it's kind of game on, because the signals keep coming in. But, yeah, there's definitely more to come on that. I'm going to try not to talk too much about that in case you just want to experience the game. Again, guys, the story's awesome. They really did a good job on writing, dialogue, just awesome storyline there. Okay. I shouldn't need medkits while I'm base building. I say shouldn't. I have a feeling this is going to bite me in the bud. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Okay, I'm going to need some titanium. It takes quite a few titanium to craft one of those round rooms. So yeah, glass and titanium, that's going to be the main thing there. Now, I don't want to use all my quartz. We're going to need just plain quartz, you know, for things besides glass. For example, solar panels. So yeah, definitely want to keep a few of those in the bank. So that'll get me going here. That'll get a start. Where is my sea moth? That way. And sometimes it's tough to see the silhouettes. Like, the blue kind of blends in. Okay, so I think I can squeeze the Cyclops in from a number of directions here. And I don't want to be too far away from that either, so I'll probably go right around here. And again, I feel like I got plenty of fun stuff to look at. Like, this is a cool build site. See, I'm going to get kind of low here so that I feel like I'm more on a level, like with the cool stuff. Oh yeah, I can already see an all-purpose room right freaking here. Alright guys, let's build. This is where I start getting nerdy, because I love building in this game. There it is, the multi-purpose room. 6 titanium. Ouch! So I'm not very far right now, Sonny, but be aware, they're always different. So like, you're probably not going to be in the same place I am with your drop pod. It's always randomized, so you can be literally anywhere in the shallows. So, you know, this spot, it might not be orientated the same way from your drop pod. But I can kind of pop my head up here a little bit and just show you where I'm at relative to the Aurora there. Maybe that'll help you. So I'm pretty much dead center off the side and kind of lined up with the engines there. Yeah, so I hope you can find it. Good luck. So I think what I'd like to do is put my multi-purpose room right here. Since there's nothing here, I'm going to cover up. Perfect spot. And you'll just kind of have to like look around until it green lights. If you're too high up, you know, it won't green light. You have to kind of have it stabilized to a degree. So again, that's too high up off the ground there. So you just have to really play with it a little bit until it gets to where you want it to go. Now, I might not actually put the multi-purpose room down first. I'm going to do a tube first because I want this to line up because I think this is going to be really cool. And then everything else will just snap into place from here. Now I want to make sure that actually makes it out here. And it does. Okay, so that'll be like my entrance exit slash exit for my Cyclops when the time comes. And yeah, multi-purpose room. Pow. Now you got to keep an eye on the strength, because the glass builds especially really knock it out of the strength. This might already actually cripple. Nope, 2.8. Okay, I'm good. Luckily.
To separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity. Treat this space as your home, but never forget that it is not.
Yeah, thanks for the tip, you jerk. In fact, I could put another one here, just for views. I'm going to run out of titanium here in just a hot second. Yep, there it goes. So, you know, you can look around for rocks and stuff, but I got a ton of the stuff already stored. I might as well just get back there and scoop it up. That'll be a lot quicker. But I want to put another one right under here. Hopefully it'll fit. It may not. It doesn't look like it's going to go. Doggone it. I was going to use that for the reinforcing room, but I might have to come out a little bit further to make that happen. Ew, I could go through here. That would be pretty cool, too. Yeah, again, guys, put it down. If you see a better way, rip it up, do it again. The world is your oyster here. You can literally just kind of keep doing this. If that's a scanner room fragment, I'm going to be mad. Okay, not a scanner room fragment. I suppose I could put it on top. Maybe it's red lighting because I don't have the other one built yet. Okay. I still might be able to place that other one the way I want. Where is my bat cave? I'm going to have to change the colors on these things. I cannot see either one of them. There it is. Okay, radio is quiet right now. That's a good thing. Titanium, check. Oh, and I want to get a fabricator built over there so I don't have to keep coming over here. So what I like to do in that case, this is where I say, you know, when you're moving out, it's kind of a lot of back and forth. So basically all you got to do is deconstruct. You get the mats back, so you already know what you need to replace that. Very handy. And I don't think I put anything in here yet. Yes, I did. Doggone it. Okay, I'll deconstruct all this other stuff later. Ooh, batteries. All charged. Nice. Solar panels. I can probably take those too because I don't need to power this anymore. I'm probably getting full already. Real close. There goes the power. So when it runs out of power, it doesn't like fill up with water, it doesn't break. You just don't have oxygen in there and nothing will work. Nothing has power. So you're good to go to, depower it at will. I don't know if I like this anymore. Yes and no. I'm just going to keep it again for the sake of time, and I can build bases and tear them down like 15 times before I'm happy with a place. I'm not going to put you guys through that. I'm just going to get this thing done. Okay, there's that. Hull strength now 1.5, so I'm going to have to reinforce this thing like ASAP, sadly. For now, I go ahead and put a porthole in. Uh-oh. Oh, it doesn't like that spot, does it? Okay, now we're down to 0.5, so basically I can't build any more here until I reinforce this.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Yep. Problems. Okay, that should have re-strengthened the structure just a little bit. Okay, now we got power flowing, noise. And check that out. See, this is what I love about the glass builds. Kind of walking through these tunnels, checking out the foliage and stuff, the stuff that glows. All the little fishies swimming around. Yep, very cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and craft... Now, normally I like to put the fabricator inside the scanner room. But I haven't decided where I want the scanner room to go just yet. First things first, we gotta reinforce this bad boy. Okay, so that snaps there, but again, the ground is just too intrusive there, so I'll probably go on top. Oh no, I put the solar panel there. Nuts. Yep, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Don't go too far, buddy. Whoop. Oh no. See, I'm trying to beat the clock so I can get that one piece of stupid tritium. Titanium. Tritium. Wrong video game. Give me that. Okay, I'm back down to 0.5. So again, I need to reinforce that. I don't have any lithium on my person, I don't think. Oh, I do have lithium. Perfect. Okay, so in order to reinforce, this is the droid we're looking for right here. So this adds, I think, 7 to the strength. And then I just put a few down, to make sure I've got some wiggle room here. And you can go all the way around. You know, that room isn't going to be used for anything else. I'm not going to use it for views or anything, so it's really just going to be for reinforcing purposes. Okay, I'm already out of mats there. Okay, but at least I can, you know, continue the build here and we're not going to have any more issues. So as far as the scanner room, I could actually put the scanner room here and it would just stick out a lot further, but I don't necessarily want to do that. And I'm trying to think about the moon pools too, because I always build 2 moon pools. Gotta have 2. See, I might actually just do that. Put the moon pool out here over deeper water. Okay. Yeah, because once I get the moon pool installed, then I can put all my crafting stuff in. That'll really start freeing up inventory. Wow. That sea moth is nowhere near where I'm building right now. Yeah, this is another little pretty spot. See, I'm kind of torn.
Oxygen.
That could be my inlet for the sub. Yeah, I feel like this is a better build site. I should have went with my first instinct, because look how pretty this is. I just don't know about getting the sub in and out. That's my only, like, hang up here. Because not only are the shallows shallow, but also remember the green biome can get awful shallow too. So it's all about access. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the sub in and out of this area. Definitely not that way. Definitely not that way. So yeah, this is like the only way in and out. I don't know if I'm okay with that. I'd basically be driving the sub in like this until I got too close to ground. I'd have to park it right about here. Honestly, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go for it. Not only that, it's a lot closer to the other base for moving purposes. Okay, so right here is where I want my multi-purpose room. I'm going to try to build that up a little high. Again, for the views, because that is absolutely gorgeous. Gotta find a green light, though. If you don't have that green light, it's a no-go. Wonder why it's green lit up here. I'm probably too close to the ground. Yep, I see it now. And you don't necessarily have to complete the build. Look at it, you know, look at the schematic, see if it's placed good. I'm going to be real happy with that. The only thing I'm not sure about is making sure I can get a jetway going. out to where that parking spot's gonna be. Yeah, we're good. We're good here.
Oxygen.
Solar panels don't have to be pretty. It doesn't matter how you place them. I'm just going to get these down right now to get the power flowing. And get my inventory cleared. Uh-oh. What am I missing? Titanium, probably. Yep, titanium. Nuts. It's titanium.
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
It's titanium. Magnetite, yeah, that can go away too. I really don't need that right now. Once I get the scanner inbuilt, we will need magnetite for crafting upgrades. But for right now, I'll just clear the inventory. Need more copper for sure. Definitely need the titanium. Now you guys see why I've been stockpiling this stuff. I can probably wait on all that. Yeah, we good. In fact, I might even get my Moonpools jetting out this way. Nice deep water here for the Moonpools, and then that can be my in and out to connect the subs. Okay, gotta have a way in. But before I actually do that, I want to make sure I get these things finished up. Whole reason I went and got that titanium. And I'll probably need at least 3 if I'm going to put 2 Moonpools down. Maybe even 4. Okay, I'm not going to do these for pretty looks right now, just to get it, you know, down functional. Oh, I ran out of juice. That's okay.
Oxygen.
Okay, I got more titanium there. I'm going to try to get that reinforcement segment underneath this build. Perfect. And I can even probably put another one under this if I really needed to, for more reinforcement. Maybe not. It's red lighting. That's a bummer. Okay, I'll definitely be putting those down on the other side. It's all about that delicate balance of the hull strength. Not only that, when I go to cap these with those, you know, glass roofs, that really drops the strength. So yeah, that's when these reinforcement segments really start coming into play. Very good. I think this is where I run out. Or maybe not. Okay, the more the merrier. So scanner room, I gotta figure out where I want that to go. Normally I put that somewhere where there's no good view because, you know, you can't see out of the thing anyway, it's completely enclosed. So I'll probably jet the scanner room off from one of the moon pools or something, you know, in an obscure direction. Okay, actually I'm going to go try to get the moon pool now. And I want to install 2 of those. Oh, that had a lot of mats. Okay, so we need a titanium ingot. I think I have one of those pre-crafted. You know what, I'll do the other moon pool later, because I've only got the one vehicle anyway right now. But I thought I had another ingot. Where'd that thing go?
Oxygen.
Ah, nuts. It's not powered. I can't breathe. Alright, moon pool. 2 titanium ingots. Ouch! 2 lead and lube. Okay. Where's the scrap when you need it, you know? I'm always swimming past this stuff when my inventory is full. Then when you really want the titanium, there's no scrap laying around. Murphy's freaking law, where titanium is concerned. I can get at least 2 of them. There's 1. Cool. There goes that radio again. I'm going to hold off on radio stuff right now because I don't want to start getting too much further into like gameplay stuff. I just want to focus on the base right now. Okay, I need like a lot more titanium for another ingot. But again, I thought I had one crafted. Apparently I don't. Okay, ingot me. And then all I need is the 2 lube, and I am in business for 2 moon pools. Perfect. Okay, if I'm eyeballing that right, that should be just the right fit. I like these to be right next to each other a long ways. So I could either turn that around and put another one next to it like this way. Like put them side to side that way. Yeah, something tells me that would be better. And in case you're wondering how to change the orientation, that's the arrows on the D-pad, just left and right. Okay, 1 moonpool, 2 moonpools. Perfect. I'll probably drop the scanner room right here. That's where the sub's gonna park. So yeah, that actually works out. Okay, I need 1 more copper, 5 titanium. Back to the titanium. Alright. It goes fast, guys. Titanium is everywhere. But when you're base building, you're going to go through the stuff. It'd be nice if I could find a quick chunk of copper while I was out and about looking for titanium. Maybe? No. There's my copper. Alright. Get it while the getting is good. AKA you have inventory for it. This would be another pretty build site. See what I mean? Like, imagine an all-purpose room here, the donut room. All the way around that room, you'd have cool views. So again, guys, I can get real geeky on my base builds. Actually, what do I have for glass? 2 more pieces. Yeah, it's okay for now. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go for a curved room with a window. Those are a lot of fun. I'm going to put the scanner kind of like on this appendage. Everything's greenlit, so I'm actually good to go to build. I don't know if that's going to be far enough out. It probably doesn't like how it's too close to the Moonpool there. Nuts. Yeah, it doesn't like that. See, it looks like it should go, but if it's close enough to another object, it tends to have issues with that. So... There's another thing I can do, but it wouldn't be a glass build, but it would kind of serve two purposes. You can use these T intersections, and again, you can orientate that the way you want via arrows. Then maybe... Well, let me drop it in right there. Nope, doesn't like that either. That was a good try. So I guess the only thing I can really do about that is push that out a little ways to get that in where I want it to go. There it is, guys, the elusive scanner room. But I gotta be honest, once you get that thing in, it's a huge asset. Okay, just to demonstrate the power of the scan room, so literally anything within scanning range of this room, it will automatically populate a list here. So, you know, if you want quartz, pow, push quartz. It'll go to work right away. And it'll start, you know, highlighting these little markers. So this is actually the terrain that is in range. This is literally a replica of what's outside. So now, don't worry, you don't have to, like, worry about where that's glowing. You can just go outside, and you can see... Oh, no, it's not... I don't have the upgrade yet. Stand by. We need to do that right there. So basically, I'll be able to just kind of see where it's pinpointed now, just going outside and looking around. But I need magnetite in order to be able to do that. So I need 1 magnetite, 1 silver, 2 magnetites, 1 silver, 1 copper. Two magnetites, 1 silver, 1 copper. 2 magnetites, 1 silver, 1 copper. 2 magnetites, 1 silver, 1 copper. I'm going to forget that by the time I get over there.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Good thing I got this silver. Actually, I'm going to grab 1 more lithium. Just in the off chance I need to reinforce that 1 more time. And wow, I'm really out of titanium, aren't I? I hate the thought that I'm transferring garbage back and forth, but I don't know what else to do with it right now. Until I get my despawner, or whatever that thing is called. Might as well move that over as well. Definitely an integral part of what we do is crafting. Anything and all things crafting. It's moving day! And it is a good day. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, wow, we really got that thing down to bare bones now. All I got is 3 storage units left in here. Nothing else to plagiarize. Alright, let's go ahead and get this sucker upgraded, shall we? We definitely want the HUD chip. That is absolutely essential. And the good thing is after we craft that, it should auto install itself and get it out of our inventory. So we're good to go. Okay, now getting back to the power of the scanner. See how those rings are lighting up now all over the place? So yeah, you just basically got to go outside, take your submarine, swim, whatever you want to do, go get your quartz. And the reason this is so important is because for the harder to find stuff, excuse me, like the stalker teeth, when we get into enamel stuff, and this works just like a touchscreen, by the way, you just point your cursor at it and do it that way. So yeah, stalker tooth, there it is. So again, guys, this tool is just immense. It's huge. It really cuts down on the time of running around just looking for random things. Anything within range is going to light up here. Now, if we want to increase the range, there's an upgrade for that too. So there's the range upgrade. 1 copper, 1 magnetite. And then I also like to craft the speed. So you're not just sitting here waiting for those little things to start lighting up. You know, it just really helps speed things along. So go ahead and drop them in. Now I think you can put multiple speed in here and multiple range in here and, you know, increase range and increase speed that way. So if you want to do that, you can. You can also craft the cameras that I was talking about. I don't really use them anymore, but that is an option. And you can only get away with 1 HUD chip. So really, it's about the cameras, or if you want to increase one of these again. I'm pretty sure they stack. It's been a while. I'm about 90% sure those stack. So, Sunny, to answer your question, there are teleporting gates, but not like No Man's Sky. We cannot build our own. They're part of the affixed alien structures. So, kind of. There's kind of fast traveling, but like for just getting around, like from our base to our sub to other sites, not really. I guess it's called the Sea Moth in that respect, but yeah, this is pretty much going to be my main base. This is where I'm going to come. You know, this will be my central storage. At least until I get my my Cyclops built. And I'm probably not far away from that, to be honest. So yeah, guys, the scanner room, there it is. All things findable. Oh, and another nice thing about the scanner rooms, too, is you can place these anywhere in the ocean. You just have to power it. But, you know, if you're looking for wreckage or scans, like... fragments. You know, I can hit fragments, and I can go out and just scan fragments. If you want to look for a heating vent area, bam, you can put a heating base down. Wreckage, I believe it pulls up wreckage. So if you want to go, you know, do some diving for wreckage. So honestly, normally I'll put down multiple scanning rooms in different biomes. And this is how I locate things without just swimming around the ocean aimlessly. But again, you have to remember you have to power it. So, you know, the scanner room is great. It doesn't take a ton of resources. But you have to remember to bring along stuff for power. Alright, so as far as the base goes, there's my 2 moon pools side by side, good to go. My crafting area, I usually do inside the moon pools. Because, you know, it's quick in and out. I'm close to my exit, you know, where my Cyclops is going to be parked. I can just pop right in here, bam. I can start crafting, you know, I can start doing whatever I want to do. So yeah, I'll probably put my modification station down here. Actually, before I do that, I want to get my vehicle upgrade console installed. And unfortunately, you need a port for that. So this is the last one. I got 2 left in this room. I'll probably put it here. A little bit closer. And then just for good measure, I want a window. I don't have any glass left? What? Alright, next time I get my hands on some glass, I'll fill that in. Whoops. So yeah, definitely need that. For vehicle upgrades, for sure. So I guess my modification station can go down over here. And the moment it green lights, I'm going to get it as close to that wall as it'll possibly go, just so I'm not tripping over it every time I'm walking through here. Wait a minute. What am I missing? Computer chip? Oh, I used it for the HUD. Nuts. Okay, well, I'll have to come back to that. Can also put my battery chargers in here. It's a nice little bonus. Go ahead and drop some fresh batteries in here. Might as well. We're hard at work. Oops. Oh good, the cutting tool's already full. Sweet deal. Okay, got those charging up. Might as well. Just to get it out of my inventory. So yeah, once I get the prawn suit, I'll have my sea moth parked over here, prawn suit parked over here. Everything will be fully charged every time I get in something. It's just really nice to have the 2 Moonpool system going on. So yeah, I need to fix that. I should be able to craft my fabricator. Nuts! Table coral. Actually, lucky for me, that's right by here. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
There it is. Okay, now I think I need things I don't have. Yep, gold. 2 table coral, which that's right here again. I think the gold is stored, so I'll go start grabbing some things. Actually, do I have titanium? Yes, I need to start putting lockers in too. And the wall space here is free for the taking, so you can actually put wall lockers around this room. Now, if you're a stickler, you know, for aesthetics, you can only put so many in straight, and then it kind of makes you curve them a little bit, like diagonal. And it looks funny because they're kind of sticking out from the wall a little bit. I'm not a big fan of that, but you know, you got to do what the game gives you to work with here. So I'll just go ahead and start dropping wall lockers in. I mean, you get this other one kind of like there, and hopefully I can squeeze a third one in the middle. Perfect. Nice. Oh, nuts! Titanium! Okay, so I need lots of stuff. So I need gold, I need titanium. That's a creature egg. And while I'm at it, I want more glass. Might as well just go ahead and move out, move out. We probably don't need that fire extinguisher anymore. This might become my new trash compartment. And the only other thing I could possibly think of from here that I might need like ASAP is copper.
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
There's my copper. I'll grab a couple more of those also. I probably want the silver as a priority. I feel like I need more cave sulfur for something, but I can't remember what. So speaking of garbage, never to see these things again, hopefully. I hate transferring garbage. Alright, now we should be able to continue on. Oh, the titanium. Genius. Diamond and lead. Okay, I don't even know if I have those on me anymore. Titanium, yep. Problems. Okay, I got the lead. Just the titanium, it looks like. No time like the present. Might as well go get a few scrap pieces here. And if you're having trouble finding them in the shallows, because, you know, you tend to clean it out a little bit. Now, some of this stuff will kind of spawn in over time, but it takes time. Like, it's not fast. So when you've really cleared an area out and it's pretty bald, you know, with no more scrap, you'll have to start venturing out a little ways. Continue looking at, you know, looking through the shallows, sure, but the green biome actually has quite a lot of this stuff. So if you want a lot of it quickly, I would go to the green biome. Yeah, I'm seeing like nothing around here, which means I've probably already cleaned this place out pretty good. Ah, free scans, free tritium. Tritium. I wonder how many times I've said tritium today. It is not tritium. Stop it. Oh, radiation. That's no bueno. We are not going that way right now. Uh-oh. How'd that happen? I probably should have stored some of this stuff in hindsight. So one cool thing about the scanner room, it comes with cameras. And it's kind of like marked. You can see your scanner room from miles away with those markings. And this is another reason I don't like those sea creatures playing with them, because it marks my base. It's kind of like a base marker in a sense. Alright guys, I'm getting real close to being finished with the stream here. I'm about 2.5 hours in. I got the main stuff in. I got, you know, the nitty gritty. The main thing is the crafting equipment, making sure it's powered, making sure you got storage, and you know the layout. Do it how you like. You know, do what works, do what feels functional. Sky's the limit. Like I said, if you build it, and you don't like it, rip it out. Do it again. Build it a different angle, different direction. You can reorientate, you know, the builds. Like if I just didn't like the scanner room here anymore, I could put that somewhere else. Completely fine to do that. Yeah, just, again, it's got to work for you. This is how I like things, but by all means, you know, you don't necessarily have to follow this layout. There will be more to come on the base building, but for right now, I think I've got what I needed in. Enameled glass. Yeah, at some point I'll put an observatory out there. It's a lot of fun to have that. I'll definitely do the domed, you know, because again, I like my views. I don't like feeling like a caveman in the base. So I'll probably put the dome here. Oh, I can't do that right now because of the solar panels, but yeah, I can move those and, you know, fix that. And then I might even put a large room down. These are a lot of fun too. 2 plasteel ingots to craft the room, and of course we need the enamel for the roof capper. And that's where the scanner room is really going to come in handy to find those stalker teeths, whatever. Alright guys, so yeah, unless you guys can, you know, think of anything else that you'd like to see. I can't think of a thing, at least not for this build. There's your planters, by the way, for you, you survivalists out there. Oh yeah, the containments. So it needs a lot of glass. But these are a lot of fun. I really like the aquariums. So I'd probably put this in the multi-purpose room here, you know, get an aquarium going. That'd be a lot of fun. Or, you know, I might just actually put an appendage off in one random direction and just make a really awesome aquarium room. Because I like to have them stacked, one on top of the other. So this would actually be a perfect place to do that because I've already got one going down. So I'd put 2 aquariums in here, essentially. One up here and one downstairs, and it would be nice, tall, connected aquarium. But yeah, I'd need a grip of quartz for that, and I don't have anywhere near that. What else can I showcase? The filtration machine, absolutely. If you're a survivalist, this is going to be huge, but you're going to need like a wall. So you're going to have to sacrifice some of your window space to make that happen, but it's worth it. You know, getting purified water flowing is very worth it. Nuclear reactor or bioreactor. So I mentioned these would snap into this room, so if you want these things, this is how you install them. And again, the bioreactor, you need to go back to the mushroom biome and scoop up some of those mushroom pieces to fuel it. I usually use those in deeper builds. Same thing with the nuclear reactor. Now, I don't quite have that spec ready to go yet, but it goes in here the same way as the bioreactor, right in the middle of the room. And you have to craft rods in order to power that, which I don't have any of those resources anyway. Hey, Draven, what's going on? Welcome. Good to see you tonight. Glad you could catch some of the Subnautica action, for sure. Definitely having a ball playing this game, guys. Alright, before I cut stream, I just want to give this another look over. There's another grow bed, and you can actually grow food out of these too, by the way. That's a smaller aquarium. That can be freely placed anywhere. It doesn't necessarily, you know, have to snap to the center of a room or anything. You can just put that in any build. There's room for it. And the only bad thing about that is you can only put the little fish in there. So if you pick up a fish from swimming around in the ocean, if it only takes up one little square, you're good. You can put that in that small aquarium. And then, of course, the furniture, that's pretty self-explanatory. But again, guys, if you're a survivalist, these are the ones you're going to want to put down. That'll keep you fed and hydrated. Easily. They've always got stuff for you. The picture frames, those are a lot of fun. Actually, I kind of feel like crafting one real quick before I sign off. I just need the wire, so yeah, it's doable. So normally when I get around to building a bedroom, I like to put a picture frame above the bed. Don't ask me why, it's just my thing. And of course I don't have fiber mesh right now, so I can't actually build a bed. But I can put the silhouette down so you can see what I'm cooking here. Now try to imagine this being a glass window. And you know, a nice view here, and this is a cool bedroom, whatever. You can put a picture frame on the wall. Like right above the bed. I'm stuck on something. And then you can set picture. Now anything you take a picture of can go in here. And guys, you can take some really fun pictures in this game. So you know, this is good enough for right now, just to demonstrate it. Maybe you have to hit upload? Okay. There it is, guys. Just a real fun feature to have in the bases. I get real geeky with my pictures, too. So anyway, yeah, I think that pretty much covers the basics. You know, I'll do more work on this base, but for the purposes of the stream tonight, I'm definitely done. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Definitely appreciated having y'all tonight. Definitely glad I'm getting some viewership on the Subnautica game. Definitely a beautiful game. And the base building is just like a little extra something to it. So anyway, if you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That is always appreciated. And as always, next time... wow, I really butchered that one. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy building in this case. Now let's see if I can figure out how to shut my stream off so I can get some food. Peace out, y'all. Thanks again.